Hi, this is Deacon John Wilson, Education Enrichment Director for West Angeles Church. I saw an article in EdSource, which is an educational publication here in Southern California that I look at a lot. And this is back February 11th or 10th. I'll show you the article. I want to go through it with you. But even just the headline was stunning. But let me set a backdrop for you. I'm deeply concerned that when I look back at 2019, participation in our enrichment after school program was way higher. And I have more parents now that I'm connecting with, looking at the emails that are open and the amount of people look at our videos. But our after school program, which is our homework club, and maybe I should rename it. It's another thing I'm working on. It's not very good. So apparently I've had 40 of you, 45 maybe parents who signed up for it. But for whatever reason, you don't send your youth to it. And that's causing my program to have to absorb budget cuts. I don't want to do that. I'm moving in the direction of getting high quality volunteers. That will help. But ultimately, if we don't get the foot traffic there, I have to look differently at this. And this is probably my most difficult video. Because here's one of the things, there are like three or four things I worry about at night with students and families educationally. And one of them is that they're getting grades in school they don't deserve, and make them look good, particularly in math and science. There's a lot of gradeflation right now. Now, what is gradeflation? By the way, admissions people for college know about gradeflation. It's been going on for a while. But after the pandemic, it's really, really, really bad. So one reason we may not be getting students is that you think their grades are fine. Now, there's still some of you, your students are not doing well, but they're too busy. They're in athletics, so they're so busy, you can't get them to us, even though we have a Saturday workshop. Those who are not from the area, stay with me in this video because it could affect you in whatever part of the country you're in. Because this issue of gradeflation in high school, meaning giving students higher grades and certainly making it much, much harder to get a D or an F, gives parents the impression, incorrectly, I believe, that their students understand the subject matter. And let's take a look at this article right now, okay? Okay, so here's the article here. Let me make some room here for it. It's really an alarming article. There have been other articles about it. Grade inflation in the United States schools. This is February 11th, by the way. I said 10th. Is linked to lower earnings. So if we have gradeflation in our high schools and colleges, it's leading students to have lower paying jobs because they don't have the requisite skills to come across well in the job interview, and they lack the critical thinking that they need. I mean, you can read this article here. Grade inflation, read through the article. I'll provide the link to it in the description block below, of course. Grade inflation may lead to poor academic performance and lower earnings in the workforce among students in the U.S., according to a new study reported by the Hechinger report. And you can read the study data right here. That's why I like these EdSource articles. Here's the study data from the report. You see? Grade inflation's hidden damage. You see it? Maybe I'll do a separate link to this article and put it in the bottom as well. Okay, so you can get to that report. This study is right here. You can look at the study. There's the study. They have the entire study right here. I'll include it also. This article is right here, and it has all the data that you would need. Parents, I need you to understand that the schools are getting out of doing their job. One way they're doing it is by inflating the grades. The second way they're doing it is by not giving your student the courses they need to get to college. And so they just go to two-year college, or they go to colleges that they didn't have to go to. And I just thought about this. They feel that they're academically ready for college and pick colleges they shouldn't pick. This is a serious problem, parents. Look at the second paragraph here. The study presented at the Harvard Graduate School of Education, pretty authoritative, analyzed data from nearly 1 million students in LA Unified School District from 2004 to 13. So what was going on back then? When about half of the students graduated from high school, and 250,000 in Maryland in 2013-23, more than 90% of the students graduated from high school. Okay? Students who receive lenient grading, where teachers give higher grades than expected based on the students' standardized scores, so their scores were low and they get higher grades, were less likely to pass subsequent courses, listen, and lower test scores afterward, according to the study's finding. When teachers kept A's challenging while making it easier for students to pass, more students at risk of dropping out graduated from high school. Hence, the short-term benefit stops there. Then they have trouble and they struggle from then on. Our results are consistent with the idea, listen to this, that grades act as a strong incentive for learning. In light of increasing grade inflation in the United States, this suggests that students may be learning less. So parents, when your students listen closely, when students did not do well in math, for example, until recently, and all of a sudden they're getting A's, that does not mean they know math. I suspect that's true with other subjects. That's why I'm going to rename our home thing from Homework Club, because students can say they don't have homework, which is another strange thing I don't understand. We're an education, we're an enrichment club. I'm going to make sure I make that change, because we are willing to take your student, give them diagnostic tests, and give them work to do for 30 to 45 minutes a day to make sure they're strong in all areas of math. Won't you send them to our homework club? I'll include a link to our homework club in the bottom. We're going to change the name of it real soon. But why don't you register them for the homework club and send them out to us one day a week at least, no matter what their grades are. We're Tuesday through Thursday, 4:30 to 7:30. They can come out for a half hour. I got students that come in for 45 to 60 minutes a day, do drill work, check over their homework, and they have higher grades. They certainly still have the same high grades, or they got higher grades, they didn't have them. Because it could be in private school, right? But they start getting higher grades in private. But now in public school, they really they're learning more about the material that they studied. That's the only way to fight gradeflation. You know, another good way to fight gradeflation? Another good way is to think about our summer enrichment program, our summer bridge program, where we got a grant again from the CSU Summer Algebra Institute. We're going to totally revamp our summer offerings and make it an exciting, effective, and dynamic program. Last year, we broke records for increasing student performance on the diagnostic for summer. We had some great score increases because we had very good teachers. I'm even upgrading our teachers this summer. Why don't you commit now to do that 6-week program? I'll do a video on it probably in about a week. We'll have early registration we're going to offer with incentives. I mean, we can look at some of this other stuff. Look at this. The early findings follow a years-long trend of rising grades and declining performance. How can you have grades going up and the standardized test scores going down? Teachers feel pressure from the school administrators to be easier graders. You need to read this article. It's amazing. Why don't you read this little article here? It has links to other articles and reports. Parents, I need you to do that kind of thing this year. Get up to speed on what's happening with your student in the classroom. We'll link you to the article down in the description block below. I hope that helps. We're looking forward to seeing more of your students in our homework club, which we're going to rename because it's really an enrichment club. We got all kinds of great activities once they've spent a few minutes with us. We have a video club, a music club, a math club where they can play games of logic that are a lot of fun. Why don't you start sending your students to the homework club? Okay? And those you're already sending your students to the homework club or are registered for the homework club, keep sending them to us, right? We're very moderate in our price. $40 to $50 a month is all we ask for up to 12 to 14 sessions per month. All right, God bless you. Thank you very much. Bye bye now.